There's a lovely song from Lou Reed. Not a difficult song to play on the guitar, especially with the capo on the first fret. The song's in not a particularly guitar-friendly key, but with the capo here, we can play in the original key, and we've got much more straightforward chords, E's and A's and A minors and things like that. There's a few different sections. You could hear that I've arranged the original piano intro for guitar. We'll look at that in detail in a moment. There's also a separate verse. We might do some finger picking there. There's a chorus. We'll perhaps do some strumming there. There's a bridge and an outro, and they all kind of borrow a bit from each other, so there isn't too much to get under your fingers. But we have this time signature of 6/8. That's 2 beats, with each beat divided into 3. 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1. And that just keeps going. That's steady all the way through the song, and we really want to keep that almost sort of stately feel throughout. Okay, let's look at the intro. Now I've tabbed this out, and you can see there's a bar each of E and A minor, and they just repeat. I'm going to pick this with my fingers. My thumb is going to play the bottom string of the chord. So for E, that's the 6th string open. For A minor, that's the 5th string open. And my picking fingers are going to be on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th string. So my first finger's on the 4th string, second finger on the 3rd, and third finger on the 2nd string. And it looks like this. So I'm picking the 6th string, 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings all together. That's the beginning of the E bar, and then the second part I've got this, 2nd and 3rd strings together. And in my left hand I've got a 1st finger here on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. I'm going to move that upper fret to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and my 3rd finger is going to come down to the 4th fret of the 4th string. I'm going to play the 3rd and 4th strings together, then I'm going to return to where I was. So that bit. Okay. Now for the A minor bar, I'm going to pick the 2nd string, that's with my 3rd finger, 3rd string with my 2nd finger, and the 4th string with my 1st finger in turn. And as I do that, I'm going to pick the 5th string and the 4th string. Okay, one more time. And that's all there is. So the whole thing happens twice, and then we kick off the verse. Now in the verse I'm going to pick like this. This is on a chord of A minor, for instance, and you can see my picking fingers have come up to the top 3 strings. I want something a bit brighter here. So my 1st finger's on the 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 2nd, 3rd finger's on the top string, and of course my thumb's wherever the bass note is. And I'm going to come up with the bass note. For A minor, that's the 5th string, then 1st finger, 2nd finger, that's the whole of the 1st beat, 1 and if you like, and then on the 2nd beat I'm going to come back down, top string, 2nd string, 3rd string. So for an A minor the whole thing would be this. Okay, now most of the time we've got a different chord for every bar, so we kick off with A minor for a bar, D for a bar, G for a bar and C for a bar. That's the first 4 bars. We get this. Now that's how I'm doing it. You could just strum if you wanted to. Just a perfect day, drink sangria in the park. What I'm doing there is 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a... I'm strumming down on each beat and then just catching the strings again on the up strums, just nice and loosely. Then D, G and C. The thing about doing finger picking here in the verse is that you've then got a bit of a contrast because it builds in the chorus, and you might want to get something a bit stronger, a bit beefier in the chorus. But you know, either way, strumming or picking, the first 4 bars, just a perfect day, drink sangria in the park, carries on with a bar of F, a bar of D minor and 2 bars of E. Then later when it gets dark, we go home. And the only thing to worry about there is to watch where the thumb goes. For A minor, obviously it's on the 5th string. For D, it's up on the 4th and then comes down to the 6th for G, and so on. So just look at the chord diagram if you're not too sure. That should guide you. All right, the first 8 bars then. Just a perfect day. G. Drink sangria in the park down to F. And then later when it gets dark, we go home. And the second half of the verse is exactly the same. Just a perfect day. Feed animals in the zoo. F. Then later a movie too. And then home. Oh, and we're into the chorus. Now I'm going to strum in the chorus a bar each of A, D, C sharp minor and D. To begin with, the C sharp minor I'm going to play as an A minor bar chord on the 4th fret. If that seems a bit of a handful, you could try this. It's not as good, but it'll do. That's like a D7 moved down a string, if you like, and that's just the top 4 strings. So anyway, A, D, C sharp minor, D. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. And if I play the other C sharp minor, oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Yeah, it'll do. Okay, a bar of A, a bar of E. Oh, it's such a perfect day. Now it's 1 beat each, so half a bar each of F sharp minor, an E, and then a whole bar of D. You just keep me hanging on. And again, you just keep me hanging on. And in the first chorus, we've got 2 bars of this D before we go into the just a perfect day into the next verse. So let's have the whole of the chorus. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Into the following verse. So, intro, first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, and I think I mentioned at the end of the second chorus there's only 1 bar of D. Then we get a kind of a bridge thing, which is really part of the outro, and that's the same as the you just keep me hanging on, except now we've got this string melody. We get 3 of these. And we're into the outro proper, which is a 4-bar section that plays 6 times and the song ends on that. It is 1 bar of C sharp minor, 1 bar of G, 1 bar of D, and 1 bar of A. The melody is on an E. You're gonna reap just what you sow. And again, you're gonna reap just what you sow. And so on, 4 of those, and then another twice without the singing. As we get from the D down to A, there are a few things maybe you could do there, but there's a kind of a step, the bass and the piano go ding, 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 ding. So maybe you're gonna reap just what you sow. Maybe that's enough. I'm playing D. This is the second beat of the D bar. C sharp on the 4th fret of the 5th string, a B on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then I'm onto my A. So you're gonna reap just what you sow. You're gonna reap, that kind of thing. The very last one is, it slows up a bit, not as much as that, but then there's a kind of a slightly grand ending. And that's the end of the song. Alright, let's have a playthrough. 1, 2. Just a perfect day. Drink sangria in the park. Then later when it gets dark, we go home. Just a perfect day. Feed animals in the zoo. Then later a movie too, and then home. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Just a perfect day. Problems all left alone. Weekenders on our own. It's such fun. Just a perfect day. You made me forget myself. I thought I was someone else, someone good. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. You're gonna reap just what you sow. 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 And that's it.